Okay, it says we're being live streamed. As soon as I hear us echo, I will get out of here.
Oh, I see us live.
Boom. Okay.
Yay.
Closed it out so we don't have an echo. Good morning. Happy Magic Monday.
Morning, everyone. I'm trying to mute myself on here.
I hear us. I hear us. Happy Monday.
Messages I can see. Happy Magic Monday.
Let us know if you're tuning in, where you're tuning in from. Say good morning. I see a few people on here. Good morning, Gloria. Let's see. Oh, so exciting. I went for a little bit of a hike this weekend and I've got sunburned.
I do that walk into the mailbox. Get sunburned.
I know, right?
Except for maybe you, because you're the only one I know that gets sunburned as quickly as me.
I know, we do burn really, really fast.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody. Today we are on Magic Monday. We are talking about the magic of opportunities. And do you see the magic of opportunities in the sense of seeing opportunities? And then do you take action on them? And what programming might be playing that prohibits you from taking action on opportunities?
I love this. I love this topic. Super love it. It's so exciting because for one, we're ascending, we're awakening, we're becoming higher frequency. And so opportunities are showing up for us that have not been able to show up for us before and that are in alignment with ease and grace.
Yeah, ease and grace. And some of the ways that these opportunities look like, and what I see in the community happen often, is sometimes the opportunity is a prayer or request answered, literally delivered on a golden platter to us, and we toss it out. We ignore it. We choose not to take action on it. We choose not to claim it. And that is a perfect example of the programming within our subconscious working. When we are literally delivered with what we are asked for, and we find all the reasons, all of the excuses to not move forward with that opportunity. And today you get to take a good hard look at where do you do this, because when we acknowledge that we are doing it, then we can actually stop doing it and take different action.
Yes, for sure. And like I talked a little bit about on Friday in my live then about the programming, right? This is a really good example of not taking action or making decisions based on fear instead of based on potential. And so as you're talking about that, because you and I talked about these opportunities that show up and seeing people around us not taking action on those opportunities, I'm just so aware of what comes up is the fear and the program of, I love talking programs because that's what we get to work through, right? The program of of too good to be true.
Yeah, too good to be true, too easy. If I don't work for it and I don't earn it, then it can't be true. So these are so important. And just to give a couple examples, one of when someone delivers something to you on a golden platter, right? You request a new client, you're ready to open up for a new client. That client comes to you and then you somehow repel it in one way or another. Or you're ready for a launch. I have a client who's ready to launch and there's all these ways in which she can do that. And each one she sees the problem in it instead of the potential. Now both are potentials. Right? Like the potential for it to be amazing or the potential for it to be like shit. They're both there, right? But it's like, which one are you actually going to take action on and feed and cultivate, right? So that's one way when you are very consciously working on something. Another way is like, we do investing in all sorts of different ways, and I'm not even going to get into that because that's not the point, but we do investing in certain ways, and we sometimes bring these opportunities or investments to a client, and even not even a client, just like even people in my life, like that I think would be great for this. And it is literally it's one of the ways in which I'm building my net worth and multiple streams of income, not just my business, but many streams of income. And I will present this to people, and literally they'll go, I don't know. I'm like, wait, what? This is like, sure, I could teach you to build a business, and I absolutely will. And here's one of the quicker, easier ways to be able to fund that vision, to be able to do this. And they'll go, I don't know. I don't know if I trust it.
Right.
Or I don't know. It seems weird. I've never heard of it before. Or say, okay, I will, and then not really take action on it, and certain things like that. And I realized, this is not just unique to them. It used to be me too. I would say, oh, well, I don't understand that, so I wouldn't do it. Or that seems too easy. That can't possibly be true. It must be a scam, right? So we go into, and what I was noticing in this was, oh, this actually has nothing to do with the avenue in which the wealth or prosperity is being given, because that same reaction these people actually do in their business, right? Oh, I actually don't want clients unless I have to work really hard and I have to suffer and I have to earn it. So there is a programming of it being too easy and too good to be true, and I have to earn it. And that is a big one that we get to erase, that we are actually born innately deserving of all the good we desire.
Mm. I love that. And I think, number one, there's so many places I wanted to add to that. Number one, like you said, somebody will say, I haven't heard of that. I've never heard of that before. Well, that's because you're in a new frequency. When new opportunities show up, it's opportunities that have always been there, but you couldn't see them. And now that it's being introduced, it's because you are at a space where you can receive in a new vibration, in a different vibration. So just because you haven't heard of it or you haven't seen it, not because it wasn't there, but because you were not a resonant match for it. Now now there's a point in time, you're at a decision point or a choice point. It was like, oh, now you're at a space where you could be ready to receive this, but there's always free will, free choice.
Yeah. And so you really get to look at, what is my relationship with opportunity? What is my relationship with opportunity? How quickly do I jump on opportunity? How quickly do I receive the benefits of opportunity? And do I actually realize all the opportunities that are around me? Oftentimes we don't, right? We mark it and label it as something other than an opportunity. And so one of the quickest ways for you to start seeing opportunities is by seeing everything in your life as an opportunity, as an invitation, right? Whether it is an opportunity to activate your free choice and saying, yes, this is for me. Look, I was given an opportunity, or, oh, there's an opportunity that doesn't resonate with me, right? Either way, seeing everything as an opportunity instead of a problem, instead of something to be questioned or suspicious about. And that's really a big difference that I see in people who are living in like this opulent flow all the time, is they're always taking action on opportunity. And people who are always in the struggle, they don't see opportunity, but they're in the same universe. They're right next to us, right? And I'll have people say, but I want it like you. I want to do it the way that you're doing it. And then they don't actually do the things that I might do, like say yes to opportunities, right? Say yes to things I don't understand because I have a good feeling about them. I go on the intuition or the pull versus the logic and the knowledge, right? Now, that doesn't mean that I would never learn about it, right? We get to do our due diligence, but I go based on the intuitive pull, and then I can back that up with the learning about it.
Yes, I love that because you're so intuitively based, and you have had so many opportunities to see the power of your intuition over the logic. And for you, it is different. And for all of us, you are just a great mirror because you have trusted your intuition so much that you can really shift into that. But I wanted to go into ease and grace, right? Talking about, I have to earn a living. I have to work hard for it. There's a part of us, the ego that wants to, there's that, because we've been programmed with the deserving program. You must deserve it. You and I were talking about this with the Santa Claus piece, right? Like that is a fun, magical way to teach our children that you have to deserve good things to come to you, that you have to earn it. And we were having that conversation, but I would like to clear, like we are all worthy. We all deserve it. We were born that way. And ease and grace, creation through ease and grace, is not effortless. And I think a lot of spiritual people get confused about effortless and ease and grace. Living in the physical world requires effort, right? It requires, if I'm going to have dinner, right? It requires effort on me to either buy the ingredients and cook a meal, or pick up the phone and choose what I want and have it delivered, right? Either way, it takes effort. And that effort, how we show up for that effort, can be an ease and grace effort, joy, fun, or trudging effort. Oh, I have to make dinner tonight, or whatever that is. And so like opportunities coming up, all opportunities require effort.
Yeah. Yeah. And the distinction between effort and ease is really so good there. Right. And I think about like, I don't know, like having a beautiful body takes effort, right? But it doesn't have to be hard. I was just working out this morning. I'm like, okay, this isn't technically hard. What I don't like about it is the effort, right? It's effort. It's not hard, it's effort. And how quickly people will go into resisting the effort. Yeah, it is the effort that sculpts muscles. And that is same with our choosing opportunity muscle. Right? We choose the opportunity, we put the effort in, we get the results, and we're like, oh, wait, that worked out really well. And then pretty soon you're seeing more opportunities. And this is the momentum that I often talk about, is the compound effect of momentum. The first couple times, it probably will require a little more effort than normal, but then choosing to say yes to opportunity and putting the effort in to allow that opportunity to work for you becomes more effortless, right? So first you got to get the momentum going. So it's not that it's totally effortless, but once you get in the momentum for a long time and it becomes the way of being. And you probably remember that time I talked about, having my coffee made just right that day. And when the momentum is going so much in the way of what is working for you, it becomes confusing of, wait, am I creating this, or is this happening to me? Am I birthing it, or is it happening to me? And that is what is unity with infinite intelligence, right? Is that sort of choosing opportunities, and then it compounds so much that pretty soon everything looks like an opportunity, and so everything is going in your way, right? And that is the magic. Like that's the sweet spot we want to get to, and the way to get there is through allowing yourself to see opportunity and then seizing the opportunity.
Yes, yes. And a lot of the effort in seeing these new opportunities, right? Opportunities that our program of too good to be true may kick in. The effort is really facing our fears and our limiting beliefs. That's the effort.
Yeah. Yeah. Facing our fears and limiting beliefs and aligning with the resonance of success on whatever that opportunity is. So it's all inner work. It's all effort on the inside. It's not like you got to put in all these hours and sacrifice and those kinds of things. Instead, it's how dedicated and willing are you to work on your own stories to allow goodness to come to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yes. And
Yeah.
it's uncomfortable. Are you willing to be uncomfortable to move to that next level that you're being invited to? Otherwise, if we continue to live by the programs, we continue to recreate our past.
Yeah.
Right? I never heard about that before. So then it must not be valid. It wasn't a part of my past. So it's not going to be a part of my future.
Yes. And then there's the momentum going in that direction. Not valuing opportunity. So then no longer are you going to see opportunity. So no longer are you going to get results of opportunity happening. Instead, you're going to get more of, gosh, there's not a lot of opportunity, right? There's not a lot of ways to do this. I was sitting yesterday going, oh my gosh, there's so many ways to build my wealth and my life and to create more pleasure and create more ease. I'm almost like, which one do I want? Like, there's so many, which one should I choose tomorrow? Like, what, and that is the difference between waking up and going, gosh, I have this potential. I know what I want to create, but it feels like it's impossible. I don't know where to start or the first thing to do. It seems like there's no way to go. Yeah. And those two realities are always an option. So my question for you is, which one are you choosing? Which one are you choosing?
Yes, exactly. So being super aware that like your next step is to be aware and really look at everything as an opportunity. Everything is an opportunity, right? Every time you go into the kitchen, you're either feeding a healthy, strong body or disease. That's an opportunity. Every time you're out on the road driving, you have an opportunity to be patient and in kindness or in road rage. Everything is an opportunity. When you're met at a restaurant with lousy service, it's your opportunity to cultivate kindness rather than expectation. So seeing all of these opportunities is the first step.
And then what I'm hearing here is your response, right? Your choice and response. This has me, I know that we had talked about this, but Scott and I went to a date a couple of weeks ago, and the service was less than spectacular, right? And sitting at the table there, we had just made like $2,500 in like the last 10 minutes of conversing, and we're looking at our phones at this, that here we are on a date doing pretty much nothing but just enjoying one another, and we just got notification of making $2,500, right? And my thought was, oh man, I wish she was a better waitress, because I really want to give like this amazing tip and like spread the joy. And then it dawned on me, like, why would my response be to the way in which she behaves instead of who I want to be? Right. So instead we gave a phenomenal tip, right? She gets to make $50 on that quick table, that quick lunch that she had. And now I've created momentum.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of taking in her momentum and going, oh, well, I'm going to hold this and, not spread the wealth of not just the money, but the enjoyment that we were having, right? That put me in reaction. Instead, I could see, oh, this is an opportunity to jumpstart momentum in a way that works really well for me. And she gets a byproduct of it, right? So there's always the option there.
Yeah. And I love that, like just what we were saying, you were at first tempted to tip what she deserved.
Did she earn this?
Yeah, did she earn it?
Mm,
Instead, you claimed your sovereignty and you chose to be who you are, regardless of how she was showing up.
yeah, yeah. And that the thing is, we were in the flow,
Yeah,
like spreading the wealth and the joy was what I really wanted to do. And
yeah,
so I caught that programming of, oh gosh, here I
yeah.
am deciding my next step based on hers and the exact program that we were just talking about. Did she earn this? Did she deserve this?
I
Right. And
love
all she
that.
knows, I don't want to be part of that.
Exactly, exactly. You couldn't hold back from her without holding back from yourself.
Right, right. So if I was in, well, she doesn't deserve and she didn't earn this, then the flow that we were in, having so much fun and how fun it would be, we go to like we go to a restaurant and then we go to a bar and then we go to a cigar bar and we love doing like 50 or $60 tips each time because it just feels fun. Like, can you believe this is our life now? Right. And I was like, oh, God, I really want to do that. Right. So my buying into that program would have stopped this program and
Yeah.
had us go like, ah, bummer. Right. Oh
Yes.
my God. Even just talk about it makes so much more sense.
I know. And I love these conversations because you and I do this on a daily basis. And so I love as we talk through it, it just becomes clearer and clearer. So it's so perfect to be able to have a community to have these kind of conversations with. And that's perfect because we do have our Trinity membership. And so if you're not a part of the Trinity membership, you definitely want to be a part of it. We are reading the Florence Scovel Shinn book, all the collection. So we're going through 4 of her books right now. And it's through these conversations that we have about these books and how we apply them. That is so important. Megan and I are constantly growing. We're constantly learning from other spiritual teachers. And then she and I have these conversations like, how do we apply this? How does this look in the 3D world? And so that's what we have for the trip. That's what we do in our Trinity program, is create that space. So that was a perfect segue, Megan.
Yeah. Yeah. Conversation on how we actually live this, right? Like take instead of only being the student, how can you actually apply this in life? That truly is a level of mastery, right? Of being able to take what you have learned and then apply it. And I know so many of you have been students for so long. And our invitation to you now is to come into the Trinity membership and start living it in your day-to-day life. And we know that without a community, that can be really challenging to do, to stay on track, right? Instead, it's so easy to go back to our limiting beliefs of not seeing opportunity and responding to the waitress because of the way she's acting instead of who I am. And right, all of these programs that are easy to fall into if we are not in constant practice. So join us in the Trinity membership. Our next live call is on Wednesday. So if you join now, you'll be there in time for the group readings, which is this week. Woohoo!
Yay! I love the group readings and I love the book club. We have such great conversations. So we would love to have you join us. Tori put the link in the comments already. So if you haven't joined us, definitely join us. It is magical. It is magical. So
Yes, it is.
if we don't see you Wednesday in Trinity, which I certainly, if this appeals to you, want to do that, we will see you next Monday for Magic Monday and more magic. Bye for now, everyone. Thanks, Megan. Great conversation.
You too.